drinking more water is going to help you lose more weight. And the first way that it does is through a process called lipolysis. And that's just a fancy word describing the process in which fat cells go under to be broken down. But that process cannot be started until something called hydrolysis starts. And that's just simply adding a water molecule. Basically, for you to burn fat, your body adds water to the fat cell, helps break it up, and then transports it away. So basically, the more water that you drink, the more molecules your body has to get into the fat cells, break it up, and then use it for energy. And then on the flip side of that, if you aren't getting enough water, you can probably piece this together as it would be even harder for your body to break down fat. And that's true. The less water you have, that process can't start. So literally by being dehydrated, you can't really burn that much more fat. It's simply the process and needing, let's call it a nutrient, literally needing water to undergo the process of burning fat. And that's just the start of it. So make sure that you remember the literal scientific process to break down your fat cells starts with water entering. And number two is that water does boost your metabolism. Now, it's not saying that, if you drink 2 extra glasses of water, you're going to burn 500 more calories. Not that much. But there is a process called thermogenesis, which is just heating up the body. I'm going to keep that one simple. It goes way deeper than that. But basically, when you drink more water, your body burns at a higher clip, and you will burn more calories. So simply by drinking water, you will burn more calories. And then for number 3, and something that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, water will literally reduce your cravings and hunger. And it does this in 2 separate ways. 1, your body will confuse hunger for thirst. So many times you will sit there, especially late at night, that you will just feel like you're starving. You can't eat enough food, and you just keep eating, and you keep eating, and you keep eating, when in reality your body's dehydrated and just needs water. And besides your mouth getting really dry, there's no other way for your body to tell you like, hey, I need more water. Maybe sometimes you kind of feel like that little pain down in here, but for the most part, it's going to confuse hunger with thirst. So if you ever feel like you've eaten enough, like you should feel full, but you're still hungry, literally just go drink a big glass of water. It will subside. But the second way is through something called ghrelin. Not gremlin, ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. So when ghrelin rises, basically that hormone is telling your brain, hey, I'm hungry. But there's also a hormone called leptin, and leptin is the fullness hormone, if you will. So if leptin's up, you're full. So with more water and the water intake increasing, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, will decrease, leptin will increase, telling your body like, hey, I'm not hungry anymore, I am full. And to give you a little hack about this too, all you have to do if you feel like you overeat is drink a big glass of water 10 to 15 minutes before a meal. So let's say you and your family are going out to eat tonight. I'm telling you, drink a big glass of water before you go. Now, it's not like you're only going to eat just a couple bites, but it will help with those hunger cravings and feeling like you just have an empty pit in your stomach. And by the way, you can also drink a protein shake beforehand if you have room for it. And I told you that this goes pretty deep, and we're not done yet. But water even helps manage cortisol. Cortisol, when it rises, is the stress hormone, if you will. And if it rises, like, you just can't burn fat, which is why typically when you see a lot of people stress, they're not only stress eating, but they can't burn fat either. So naturally, high cortisol, more belly fat storage, more cravings, and worse sleep. So it's literally the trifecta to gain weight. So let's go the opposite way of if you can lower your cortisol, well, now it's significantly easier for you to lose weight, and water decreases it. So simply just mild dehydration can increase your cortisol. Now there's just 2 more points that I want to make, and then I'm actually going to give you a strategy to drink more water as opposed to just like, let me see how much I can possibly drink. That's going to be very difficult. You're going to be peeing all the time. But the last 2 points. Water will literally help your performance increase. What I mean by that is the more hydrated you are, the better you're going to be in the gym, the better you're going to be on your walk or your run. So naturally, if you feel better, you have more energy, you're going to push yourself more in the gym, you're going to be more likely to hit all of your workouts, and you're going to be able to increase the weight, the reps, the volume. Pretty sure everyone would want that, and you can increase that just by water. So when we're thinking about all of the performance aspects around this, you will burn more calories just by doing more, and water is going to help you do more. So those days where you just feel unbelievably sluggish, you have nothing that you can push, probably just dehydrated, maybe some electrolytes. It really is kind of that simple that it kind of breaks your brain a little bit, to where you're telling me all I have to do is drink more water and all of these problems are fixed. It's not the end all be all, but it makes that big of a difference. And the last point is that water keeps your body in fat burning mode rather than survival mode. So when you're dehydrated, we already know that your metabolic process is slowed down, basically saying, hey, body, we need to conserve energy. Well, fat's just conserved energy. So if your body's telling itself that it needs to conserve energy, well, guess what it's not going to do? Get rid of it, which is fat loss. So when you're hydrated, your body allows itself, like, hey guys, we have enough water, we have enough processes to do hydrolysis, back to the first point, that we can shed all this weight off. So literally, water, being hydrated, will keep you in a fat burning mode. Now, as I said, just simply trying to pound water is not that great of an idea. One, it's unsustainable, but two, it's going to completely mess up your lifestyle because you're going to be peeing all the time. So the way to do this is pick out some sort of electrolyte drink. I don't care if it's Gatorade Zero, I don't care if it's Powerade Zero, I don't care if it's Crystal Light even. That's kind of out there. But still, something to where it has flavor. By the way, I need to make sure that you know, no sugar. Gotta put that one there. But find your favorite electrolyte drink, and you're actually not gonna have just water in the morning. You're going to have this electrolyte drink with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, that sounds like it could be terrible, but that's why we have a flavored drink, and it makes it taste even better, ironically. But this drink alone is going to increase your electrolytes, increase your hydration, and those electrolytes, including the salt, some electrolyte, will literally keep you hydrated. Because one of the things that can happen, and you might have even remembered this from back when you played, is that your body can get flushed out. Like, you need electrolytes. So these Gatorade Zeros, Powerade Zeros, salt even, like, it is a brilliant, brilliant thing to add in. So when you wake up in the morning, your body is completely depleted. So right away, we want to hammer it with a 0-calorie, high electrolyte drink. There are tons of supplements out there. You can use Element, Liquid IV, things like that. But the easiest way is just like a Gatorade Zero with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It tastes really good. Your sugar cravings instantly go away, and you pound your body with hydration. And it's exactly what you need every morning. By the way, you're going to feel more full. Back to the point like 3 or 4 of this video. So the strategy here is to wake up in the morning, get your electrolyte drink in with salt. Do the same thing after you work out. If you can stomach salt water, go for it. Easiest way is to get electrolytes as soon as you wake up, electrolytes after you work out, and then drinks throughout the day. Now, I do have to say that energy drinks and sodas will dehydrate you if that's the only thing that you're drinking. So all those scare tactics that you see out online about, just like diet soda dehydrates you, or, energy drinks are what's killing your hydration. Technically, they are right, but I promise you, if you are drinking sufficient amounts of water with electrolytes, one energy drink is not going to hurt you. So it's fine to still drink those. Just make sure that you are getting your water, your electrolytes, and then you can have it. So to wrap this video up, make sure you get your electrolytes in the morning, electrolytes after you work out, drink throughout the day. just bring a bottle, fill it back up. It's not hard. And then if you go out to eat, you can have a soda, but order a water with it. But now that's the end of this video, so get ready to move on to the next.